And we're actually not going to be doing a super long stream today. It's not going to be a 6 hour stream. It's going to be just kind of a short, maybe even a 2 hour stream, so maybe only one zombies match. But the reason for this is because in a minute I'm going to have to go out and go pick up some sweet condensed milk because I found a recipe to make some vanilla ice cream at home utilizing just basically heavy whipping cream and sweet condensed milk. So I'm going to be trying to make it. It takes, I think, 6 to 8 hours to set in a freezer, but it's better if you do it overnight. So, right now I'm in the process of making homemade heavy whipping cream. So, if you guys don't know how to do that, it's actually very easy. It's just literally uh, 2 tablespoons of butter and 3/4 cup of milk. Okay, I'm making it on a larger scale, so I use something like 8 tablespoons of butter and I think it's like 4 or 5, 3/4 cups, 3/4 cup of milk, which I used first in a pan to heat, the milk up, because it has to be warm milk. It can't be cold or your butter's going to re-solidify. And use a whisk. I used a whisk for a little bit because I'm not going to kill my wrist and my arm doing it. So I used a whisk for a little bit, and then I dropped it into a blender, and then kind of just blended it the rest of the way, leaving the blender cap on and put it into the fridge so it's an airtight container going into the fridge. And now I'm just waiting on it to set. Once it sets and basically cools all the way down and everything, I should be able to then whip it up and turn it to whipped cream. And then after you turn it to whipped cream, I just add in the sweet condensed can of milk, which is like a really thick sweet milk. I'm going to pour that in, mix it, which takes an entire can. I'm going to mix it together, get it well combined. Then I store it into any container that is airtight, and then you stick that into the freezer and just let it set. But like I said, 6 to 8 hours is all you really need. Um, but if you want to get the full effect of everything going on correctly, it's good to just set it in overnight. So that way you can actually get it in the morning, and it's a really good homemade ice cream. It's something I watched a YouTuber do, and I won't say it was just one YouTuber. I made sure multiple YouTubers actually covered the same exact subject before I just said I'm doing it because I didn't want to waste money. But again, heavy whipping cream does work. I'm doing it now. It's actually a better way of getting heavy whipping cream because you actually just can get like Mayfield 2% milk. It's better for if you use whole milk, but you can use 2% for it. I'm using 2%. You just got to blend it very well. Um, but it's better to get your favorite brand of 2% milk, oh, not 2%, Mayfield milk. You can use any milk, but I think Mayfield actually just tastes a lot better, so you'd probably best off for taste going with Mayfield anyways. And it's a premium milk anyways. It's like $4 a gallon compared to the off, which are $3. That extra dollar is not very much to pay for in milk. So I get a whole gallon. It's like $4 something of like Mayfield 2%. That's basically what I drink. But which is your fatty milk, by the way, guys. 2% milk is a fatty milk. It's hence that's the reason it's called 2%. Okay, it's not skim milk where it's no sugars. There's a little bit of sugars left in, right, into 2%. Think of like half of it is unsweetened, half of it is sweet and combined, right? But being with that means it's a little sweeter than your skim milk, um, which already has a little bit of sweetness to it. Not a lot. You like just drinking it, you wouldn't be like, dude, there's sugar in this, unless you just drank a lot of skim milk, and then you would see a little bit of sugar if you got used to the unsweetened stuff. But if you raised on eating any sugar at all, you wouldn't notice a difference. You would literally be like, this just tastes like milk. I don't taste sweetness to this. Um, but back to saying, Mayfield great milk. That's what I use for mine. And then you're gonna need butter. Now, some people use light salted butter. I prefer to go with an unsalted butter because if you do an unsalted butter, mix it, get it going really good, And then you can get the powdered milk, powdered sugar, which is actually called confection sugar, by the way, guys. But it's a powdered sugar. It's not a granulated. It's actually a legit powder instead of a grain, right? But you want the powdered sugar. You'll do about half a cup of powdered sugar. Mix it into your non-mixed version. So as it mixes, it'll actually mix in, and then you'll get your whipped cream. Pretty much, great way to do that, which is a way to sweeten, make actual whipped cream that you can have with anything you want the whipped cream to go with, or you can add it into 2 sticks of Philadelphia cream cheese. Okay, and that is basically a cream cheese basing for a cheesecake. And then you want to go out and grab your favorite graham cracker brand, smash it up. You don't want to melt your butter. Some people will say to do so. It's actually better if you don't melt your butter. You actually just grab a little bit of butter at a time and then combine it into your graham crackers to actually be able to mold a pie crust. And then you want to light bake it, meaning like you just stick it in, wait for the butter just to kind of very lightly melt, pull it back out, and let it set. And that will actually make your pie crust. Then you dump over your, cheesecake filling. Stick that into the fridge till it sets for about 2 to 4 hours. Pull it out. Enjoy. Easy cheesecake right there. And it's actually cheaper to do it that way than buy it in a store. Because you can literally I made, what? It was like 8 things, 3/4 cup per every 2 tablespoons of butter. I made basically 8 tablespoons of butter. It's 4 3/4 cup of your milk, brought to lukewarm or just warm so it won't solidify your butter when you pour it in to mix it. And from there, you just mix it very well, and literally you can buy one of the boxes of stick butter for like what? It's like $3-4, and then you can buy a whole gallon of milk for $4, and you can make about 2 times to 3 times the amount of heavy whipping cream from that than you would actually getting out of the carton. Actually, you could probably make about 5 times that amount. Which is a lot cheaper. Instead of paying $12 for a really small carton and you can only make 2 cheesecakes, you can get a whole gallon of milk and a thing of butter for the same price and make like 8 to 10 cheesecakes. Same as you can make homemade ice cream with it. So it's actually really, really good. But what we're going to be doing, guys, is we're going for zombies right now to get the gilded camo for this. Now, however, I did complete the Halloween event, hence how I got the Halloween thing here. But we're going to be reskinning this spear because they have the Get High challenge back out now, and I actually went and earned it. So under the events, I can scroll to the right, and now I'm actually able to use this camo, which I've done it before. I completed it in the past, and then it bugged out. Wasn't able to do the challenge when they reset it for everyone. And I was like, dude, it's no longer going to come around. I got lucky. It came back around for the rewind event that's going to be here going throughout. The next event is actually going to be on the 9th of this month, which will have a better version of the camo that changes colors. If you guys haven't already known that, hence why I set up the Jack Purifier onto a MCW, because you have to get so many operator kills using a Jack Purifier. Once you complete that, you'll get the camo. It will be, think of the volcanic camo. So the best way to show you that camo would be, where is it? Like, think of this camo right here, which I'm going to pull it on a better weapon for you guys to see it, which would be like this one, maybe. So imagine this camo right here, okay? So this has black, and then in throughout it has that red lava area. Now that red lava area is going to change colors. So it'll go from like red to yellow to green to blue to purple, and then back like the other camos do, but that's what the camo is going to do. Now, it's going to have a little bit less of the black area, so that red area is going to be expanded more, so there's going to be more red area, which I wish they wouldn't. I would like it to be more black with some red going through and animate it and make the camo look good so it's not too heavy on a camouflage. Kind of like this one was. That's how I wish they would make it, but nowadays they're making their camo kind of like that. Even for the animated ones, like this is just a nope. Um, Same as this. So basically, see how thick those lines are on this that change colors? And basically the same color change here is going to happen with the lava one. But your lava is going to be basically, I think, just as thick as these lines or a little thicker. As in, like, I think they're actually a little bigger. So they're, like, thicker throughout all the way around. So you get a whole lot more of, like, the color. But the thing is, I like a little bit less on the color. Meaning, like, leave really thin lines that you can see the movement with and have some actually black background for them to go over and not and have some contrast to the color, which I think they're going to lose some of that contrast onto the new camos coming on the 9th of this month. That's my take on how camos should look because come on, man, like it's gonna be kind of like this, where you get a little bit of black, then you have those really deep red areas, and then the red you can kind of see it, but at the same time it just kind of blends on some of the instances till it changes to purplish pink, right? And it's just taking way too much of the gun color up instead of having it nice and have a good like background for it to lay on. And that's by like this one. Okay, so see how thick those green areas are? It's pretty much going to be that in the lava camo style. And that green area is going to be changing colors like a rainbow. Okay? As in, it's basically going to be this camo where it changes the color. So it went from like that green to now orange to like red to purple to blue to, yeah, to a darker purple, then to this light blue, back into the dark green, then green, and so forth. That's what's going to happen with the lava camo. And I can't wait for it to come out. It does look pretty okay. And it's the best camo coming forth, I do believe. But if you guys haven't done the camo challenge yet for this event, you have to complete to get higher event in under 10 minutes. So, like 10 minutes or less. It's not hard, it's just a headache. Because if you get pushed by someone and it gets you killed, because again, like there's collision for some reason instead of leaving it completely turned off. As I was going through, this almost like screwed up my entire second run, which is where I got the camo. I kind of inched forward in this one section where the wall comes out and then goes back in, and then you run past it, go to the next section, let the wall come out, go back in, and and continue forth. I had a player run up behind me and inch me forward by just running into me and getting me pushed off by that wall that comes out. So you're going to have that happen. You're going to have, at the very beginning, after you go up the ramp, climb over and slide under, or you go around that other bit that has the moving shit, you're going to have the parts that go up and down. Okay? And it's like a little maze that you have to go through. There were times where I was directly in between, where I shouldn't get hit, but it still somehow clipped into my character, lifted me, and crushed me on the ceiling, and I died. Which, at that time, should not have crushed me. So, you're going to run into that. You have, like, little thin wires they have to run out onto and jump to another thin wire, and any little misdirection, if your controller has stick drift, you're plummeting off the side of it. Okay? There's areas like that. You're going to have times where the game sometimes won't climb. I even turned my auto climb feature on, so it's supposed to auto mantle when I'm moving forward towards something. And even then it was like, yeah, no thank you. Because I would be smacking into the side of the ledge, or you can grab it. I see other people grab it to my right. which are lower than I am on the section, and then my character's like, oh, let me have like greasy hands and fall. So yeah, you will run into that as well. So there's multiple different ways that is bullshit that you can die by, alongside if you make your own mistakes. Same as like auto metal was on, and at the one part where you have the plane wing where you can strafe from it to the open doorway that's on the right to climb up into that and then push back to, you know, uh, shortcut your way through the map, almost got me screwed because it almost didn't want to grab onto it twice. The second time, I just spammed the crap out of the button to get him to forcefully grab onto the section. When being anywhere near it, again by movement base, should have already climbed it because auto mental is on. So that's kind of weird that he wouldn't do that either. Uh yeah, it's oof. Um, I'm trying to think. Section of the map. Oh, I actually, for some reason, sometimes had like really bad movement. Meaning, if I was to jump to something and my character wouldn't like go onto it immediately, where you would think, okay, like there, or you would be climbing and you'd jump and then seem like he's about to fall back down and grab the ledge again, to where you're going to click jump again to make sure you go on top of the object. By pulling yourself up on the object, sometimes he'd clip like right at the last second to push himself on the object, so when you jump, it would whoop right off the side of it and throw you into the void. I've had that happen too, so be careful when running it, guys. You will have those issues, but if you haven't got the camo yet, you have the chance to grab the camo. It's back. So, yeah, again, you have to beat the course in under 10 minutes. It is plausible. I done it with a controller that's basically broken. Alright, let's pop in after I create a party and get our first round of zombies going, shall we? So, start a party, start a closed party. That way, when I speak, I'm not annoying everyone else out around me. And plus, if they decide to have music on and not give a flying crap anyways, I can't get copyright claimed. Because that happened the other day. Well, except for it wasn't music. It was actually like, I guess he was doing TV for his child, or just had a fucking TV in the background going where he was gaming and somehow, I guess, listening to whatever show was going on in the background. And you can even hear in yesterday's stream when this happened, where I was like, I'm outside the range of this dude. Next thing you know, you hear it again. And I'm like, nope, definitely not. And fucking just held down the gas pedal till I got outside the range not to hear it. I wish Activision would add a report feature to that, because if someone's doing that, I should be able to report it and have them get comms banned. That way, since they don't care, they're not really technically using it anyways for callouts, because they're playing the shit in the background. They're not really focused on hearing anything either. I should be able to comms ban them or report it and get the comms ban to happen, so that way I can't have any action on my side of losing my YouTube channel, which actually can happen. If there's copyrighted shit in the background and it goes through, the artist to that can be like, hey, that was my song, and claim it in my video. And if that happens too many times, I get a strike. And then after too many strikes, my channel goes down, it's gone. They delete it, okay? With that being said, I should be able to have a way to forcefully stop people from doing that by reporting it, and then the game going, oh yes, this is happening, and then comms banning them, so I don't have to worry about that. Which, yes, at the time you can say, well, just mute them. Yes, I do mute them usually, but in a game like DMZ, or Zombies DMZ is what I'm going to call it, when I press pause here, there's no players in the vicinity. I don't have a scoreboard. I can't even hit this, the giant pad. Like, hold on, guys. This opens a map. It doesn't bring the players up, so I can't go and forcefully mute in this game mode. Alright, and if they have their voice allowed to be shared, I'm fucked. If an artist decides to copyright. Let's see if I can't get the rucksack to go and do this with the controller, because if not, I'm going to have to go to my mouse and key like I was doing yesterday. which actually is plugged in. Good. So we're going to do mouse and key. Come on. Stop being dumb. Thank you. Do this. Go up here. So I'm not used to the DPI at the moment because I've also been on controller and all night last night doing Arc after I got off Call of Duty. There we go. So we got the spear, pack 1. It's also purple tier, so it should be doing a good amount of damage. So I should be able to do that. And you can see we get 6 spears. And now we gotta get, I think it's like, 250 to 300 zombie kills just to unlock the base camo and zombies with a spear. And then from there, you have to, do, I think it's 150 zombie kills, and then exfil. So after I get the regular... Oh, come on, dude, really? Really? Man? You're gonna bring the convoy by at this time? I am also using a different character. I'm using a new skin, hence, new character. Doesn't have any exfil stuff with the... doing the, you know, contracts. And, I need to gear him up. So that's why we also brought him in here, is also to gear up this character while doing everything we're doing with this spear. Now, I don't know how great this spear completely is. I do know I was seeing someone talk about what knife is it? It's one of the knives that got a new blueprint for this season during the event, and it's basically a freaking chocolate bar with a razor blade in it. Someone brought that in with tier 3 pack-a-punch, gold damage, as in like where mine's purple down there at the bottom right, his was gold. And again, his was tier 3 pack-a-punch, but he was setting in like tier 3 stabbing zombies. And unless the zombie was one of those super like armored version of the zombies, it was like a regular tier 3 zombie, it was getting 1-tapped. And then I think like the armored up versions was getting like 2-tapped, which was very insane. And then he was also like taking down the giant like something, like when you do one of the contracts in tier 3, you get that like giant 3-headed object, like, you know, beast. And I don't mean like the regular Margwas, I mean like the, I'm gonna call it the big motherfucker, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about if you play a lot of zombies, which is the thing that can be out there and roaming around. That's not a Margwa, but looks like one, but is like 3 times bigger. Okay, so tier 2 I have to 2-tap this, okay, that's little bit displeasing, but we'll do that. I need to go back to tier 1 right quick, guys, so sorry about that, but we are going to go back to tier 1, so I can do one of the regular strongholds, like this right here, the mercenaries one, which is to my right directly right now, so I can actually get a chance at a tier 3 plate and get this guy at least a tier 3. And another reason I'm using this one is I just don't want, like, with what's been going on with this season, for me and a couple of my friends especially, we've been having crashes on console that any gear we have is gone. So, like, this spear I brought in, when I crash, if I crash out, will be set on a respawn timer as if I died. My, if I had a 3-plate vest, would be gone. If I had a large backpack, would be gone. So I got 2 of my characters already with a 3-plate, one with the large backpack, the other one has a medium. One has 100 and, I think, like 37 or 140 on the, contracts done, which he was 150 till it happened, got him to 75, and had to rebuild him back up. But I rebuilt him back up to 130, which is the one with the medium backpack. So that wouldn't happen again on him. I just haven't touched him. On the one that's now setting at, I think, like 70 or 90 or something like that on exfils, it could be 79, I believe. Oh yeah, we were going towards the stronghold, which is right. Ooh, wait a minute, this is one of those other strongholds. Holy, yep, this is one of the other strongholds, ones I didn't want to go towards. Yeah, we're gonna just nope ourselves out of this one and keep going. We're gonna look for one like right here, like this one I'm headed towards now. It's an infested, but you know what? We'll still do it. Yikes, that was close. Like, too close for my comfort. Okay. Should have. Where is it? I hear you. Oh, it's right here. It's this is what I was hearing. My bad. I thought I was hearing like a crate. I was wrong. Alright, so can I prod these with a spear is my question. If I just walk up and I do this. Oh, you guys see that, right? One prod. It just takes one little oopsie, and that thing's broke. Alright, we're going in. Oh, hello, you. I don't know how well we're going to do against you with this. I mean, it is tryable. We'll do it. Oh, he got one poked. Okay, you know what? No. I'm not scared of anything now. Right here. Oh, I actually witnessed someone the other day also, because I was playing multiplayer, drop a freaking nuke. And then he kept getting drone swarms. I think he was a cheater. I couldn't really tell because I didn't get to like watch his POV, but and even in the kill cam, you wouldn't get his POV. I keep hearing like, I prod that. Yes, I can. Prod this. Prod that. 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 Out of my way. Prod that. Oh, this is not good. Time to head outside right quick so I can heal up a little bit and go ahead and plate and kill these Zeddies. There we go. Do that. Pick up the spears. Should have brought one of the other things in too, but we're gonna go ahead and pull the max, throw that. So throwing it don't count. Can I like? Yeah, I can do that.
This must be a storeroom. Who knows what is hidden here?
Okay, I'm just hoping maybe I can jump out the window and hit this on my first try. Nope. Alright, we'll try again here in a second. Let's heal up. Plate. We'll chuck this. Run by them. Picking up another decoy grenade, and somehow it didn't actually add it. But there we go. Are you really... You know what? We'll use that. Even though I was using, I think, freeze on this. Or actually, I didn't bring one in. Just stow that. Oh. Okay. There we go. Man, am I really not gonna get a plate? I got that at least to quit. So now I at least have a 2 plate. But we'll equip that too. Why am I not getting a 3 plate though is my question. Usually here would be a 3. Oh, I can't stow it. Can I? I can't stow. Okay, equip. I'll take that. There we go. Now I can stow. See? Controller's basically broken, guys. I had to sit there and like... okay, we'll take that. Weird, only got a 2 plate out of this, but that is, I guess, as fine as it's going to be. That's a watch. Because I didn't get anything else. I mean, we'll look in the locker right quick, which had nothing. No other locker. I mean, there is this, but that's not going to hold anything. I'll open it just for the XP. Actually, hold on. I have an idea. Is anything up here? Just wanted to make sure. It's always good to make sure. Nope. I'm not going to do the escort while I'm solo. we'll go do this Outlast. Which actually is this way, right? Yeah, it's this way. It's down here. So it's outside of that. Looks to be at this little shed here to the right. This one. Where are we at? Oh, you're on the floor right here. Alright. Which is going to send us to the dock. Well, I call it a dock, but I think it's actually like a boathouse or a warehouse, something like that. I'm going down here. I actually hit some pretty good clips of this spear the other day. I saved them. Where ICE, for some, I guess it had to be like a bot lobby. Like, I just joined into a random lobby and it just happened to be a bot lobby. Like, I had to question it. Because I ran around their spawn with a spear, like, I think 2 or 3 times. And I dropped like 30-something kills with just a spear only. And they actually were dropping like only like 10 to 11 kills. Like, it had to be a bot lobby. But I clipped it just so I could actually upload it to you guys to let you guys see, like, the spear is pretty okay if you're playing against people that don't know what they're doing. GG. There you are. Get over here. Boy, I will be Scorpion. As if we're playing some Mortal Kombat, man. Okay. Okay, I was just saying before. I was like, what's red right there, bro? Because I don't see any 10. Also, guys, I got a new song coming out. And yes, I've dissed Dota twice now. Real legit disses this time. Not trolling anymore. Straight real disses. Calling him out on a lot of shit. Especially after he called me retarded. So, yep. He's going to learn why you don't copy artists, call people out that do, while you also do. So yeah, I'm going to be calling him. Because what you guys probably don't know behind the scenes is he took a Modern Warfare 3 background and stuck it on one of his and used it on his YouTube channel. Okay? Which he's also a rapper. So he's done that on top of doing some of the other stuff too, which is not good. Come here, you. And needs a little bit of a wake-up call. He stole from other artists, like actual artists, we'll say. When I say that, he decided to copy another YouTuber. Actually, not just YouTuber, but real artist too, like straight up D12, like every member of D12. That has Eminem, right? That rap group. He's basically took their flows, made his own flow off of that, which he said he created himself. No, he based it off of another rap group. And then secondhand from there, he has copied King Von, right? As in, like, taking the, like, kind of profile picture / picture King Von uses, where he uses a crown. And done that on himself. Okay? So that's artist copied. Again. So he's done this stuff, right? And then literally calls me retarded. And, like, me copying Eminem. Even though I've already said in the past, I do Eminem remakes. So all my songs are basically remakes of Eminem. Which right now I'm remaking to basically be a brand new storyline of Slim Shady. Okay, I'm bringing that back, kind of like, think of Harry Potter with Horcruxes, right, with Voldemort. That's what happened to Slim. So when Shady got rid of him, we'll say because he's killed so many people, and some in cold blood, which is what also creates a Horcrux, which is something that is also nearby that can help bring, you know, Voldemort back, is what happened to Shady, right? And that's what I'm doing my whole new album through, and I'm doing a whole run as Slim Shady, kind of like it's me mixed with Slim. Along with, I'm taking some of, yes, Eminem's ideas, where he has his voice, which is mine, you hear here, and then a Slim Shady voice of mine where Slim at the time at that was younger. So I'm having to try to make my voice sound even younger, right? And base off of that, and use two different voices from my own voice. Okay? That is basically what I am doing with my new album that I am creating, which is a Eminem remake album. Again, everything I do has been here to hype up M's new albums. Like, for instance, when recover, like, we'll say, the Marshall Mathers LP2, when it released, I done some of the Marshall Mathers LP, but also done even some of the older instrumentals for some of his older music as a way to try to hype people up of like, hey, M's new album's coming out soon. Here's me trying to do something to get you guys in that mindset of Slim's coming back, or blah, blah, right? So that's kind of what I do. And yes, I do have 2 discs coming out. I've already recorded 1 disc. I've recorded a Halloween-themed kind of a thing. And then my third, so the first and third track are straight Dota disses. Well, not, I can't say straight Dota because I did some other artists too. Pretending to be Eminem, replying back to some of the other artists that have like dissed him or, you know, done anything to try to throw dirt on his name, right? Just pretending Eminem is giving a reply back to that. Is what is going on in those songs. So yes, I do Eminem remakes. I'm kind of doing to a story that I am creating that also takes, yes, from another artist's story. But you gotta think, the death of Slim Shady was to kill Slim off so M could stay M and never have to go back to Slim Shady. Okay? If you listen to the album, Slim doesn't agree with Shady. He doesn't like him. And legit kills him. Okay? So Eminem killed Shady. Which is his alter ego, by the way. And now I've taken that story and said, well, his alter ego was kind of like Voldemort, and that was my alter ego, right? Again, that's actually forming a story and a good base for me to pretend to be Slim at some times, just in my own way, okay? Where I'll still be vulgar and rude and have no care and go for controversy and stuff like that, but at the same time, I'm still showing my side where I'm still somewhat caring, so I'll still fight with myself occasionally. There's actually a part where I kind of fight with the shady side, like him did, but instead of killing the shady side, I have it where now, like, okay, he somewhat corrupted me, and we're now at the same time firing shots at another artist. So now my ego and my alter ego both are dissing this other artist. So, yeah, straight up pretty good. Creating some storyline for you guys to add on even more to some things that happened in the past. And for those that don't know, so my mother was murdered, but because of the fact at the time while it happened, she was also homeless. The cops didn't do a full thing about it. My song is going to be covering that, but it also goes back to where I learned through someone else who knew the people, which is 3 people, that, we'll say, murdered my mother. At that time that I wanted to get revenge on, but instead I decided to go through a song and get everything off my chest. And reasons behind that, not because I'm a pussy or I was scared. What was really going on is I have someone that isn't really fully my son, but I grew a bond to, which is through Misty, by the way, which is also a song where I said I'm through with Misty. I am through with her, but I want to make sure if anything happens to her, you know, the person I feel is like my son will have a safe place to be able to be, right? I'm not in jail, so he'll have somewhere to go that isn't going to be in adoption homes or, you know, out in those temporary housings or whatever that they do where kids also can get mistreated. It's not always the case, but I just want to make sure, you know, I know he has somewhere safe he could go to, and hopefully whoever around that time would understand that, and yeah, I would be able to make sure Eli has a safe place to be and a loving home too. That was the main real reason I didn't really go through with anything that I had planned. And yes, it was very vulgar graphic stuff I had planned. It wasn't just going to be like, oh, I took a gun and bang, right? It was some very graphical stuff that I was planning behind the scenes to do, and you probably would never have seen me on YouTube again if it wasn't for me caring about someone that's like my son. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff going on at that time emotionally and psychiatrically. Okay, so on top of like emotions, no. I'm not gonna say I was super sick in the head, but I wanted revenge. We'll put it on the light term. I wanted revenge around the time, but instead of doing that, I decided to go through and do a song, get shit off my chest. I did a miniature song about it with the ideas I had back then to do it, but I'm adding on to that with now like Slim saying, "Oh, but you pussied out." And then I replied back to Slim saying how like, well, it's because of Eli, and then he's like, "No, once you tell him the truth, you pussied out, right?" And literally just dissing myself a little bit on that fact, but also at the same time knowing that there was actually a real truth of why I didn't do it. And letting you guys understand the real truth, too, of why I didn't go through it. So, yeah, but to let you guys know, it was something I really did somewhat kind of plan, but didn't do because of the fact of I actually cared for someone. And wanted to make sure they always had someone there that would care for them if anything happened to the other. Right? Which is what was going through my head around the time. And I'm glad I didn't do it, guys. Like, I feel so much happier that I didn't do it. Because if I did do it, I probably wouldn't be here. And, you know, a lot more stuff going on, too, in the background. But I can say it did make my music a little bit better. Because taking the anger at that point and twisting it into my music re-brought back what I felt was kind of the old me. Like, around high school, just with being able to speak larger words and form more stuff into sentences properly. And when I say properly, I mean triples, doubles. I've thrown quads, which is like you say one word, it means 3 or 4 different other things. Being able to twist shit as well. Like when someone says like one word, I could word it in a different sentence to twist it. And all different types of other stuff. So it actually kind of helped push me to make music a little bit better. Now I will say my music is a little colder than it also used to be because of the fact, like, well, hell, when you go through life like I did and some of the people that's older than me, life can get you pretty cold, man. The older you get, the colder you become. Alright? Is a great way to put that. Unless you're just like Z-Laner, where you literally had everything while growing up as a kid, made a platform for yourself, and then made so much money that you never had to really care in the world. Then, more than likely, you'll still have the same attitude, just a little bit more knowledge-based of, like, high school, college, you know, stuff like that. But you won't have a lot of bad in your life unless we're talking about relationships, or maybe you just got used for your money. And now you became heartbroken. That's the only way you're getting colder off of. You're not going to get colder from, like, people bullying you and all different types of stuff like that. Just not going to happen. So, just thought I'd kind of point that out a little bit. But, pretty much, guys, yes, the older you get, the colder you become. And that is true. Hi there. Oh, that's my little Zeddy. So, I kind of wonder if I got this to Pack 2, how good in Tier 3 this would be. Because if I can sit on top of the thing and just prod everything all day and do one of the certain missions that's up there and be able to, like, 1-prod them or at least 2-prod them but keep them down below so they don't hop up there with me, I could do Tier 3, but I would have to make sure I got a strong enough spear for it. Right? Hello, you. But we're here at this time, basically just for the kills. I do need to try to shoot for a Tier 3 plate, so more than likely what I'm going to do this next time I hit a buy station, which is actually here, or I could go somewhere. I'll probably go here to this one and see if I can't, like, hit that infested stronghold or just a regular stronghold. I'd prefer a regular one because I'm guaranteed a 3-plate out of the safe that's in a stronghold. The only downside is I am also using only a melee. So I might not do that immediately. I might just go straight for kills only right now until I get this gold, and then when I get a weapon that I can actually properly use, we'll start doing strongholds for the different gear and stuff. Is probably what I'm gonna do. But again, we're only gonna play through, I think, just this one match for now, because at the very end of this match, I'm more than likely gonna have to turn my homemade heavy whipping cream into whipped cream, and then head on down to go pick up my other ingredient so I can actually make homemade ice cream. So yeah, I really don't know exactly the time everything's going to be done here in the time scale. So yeah, oof. But I do, however, might go ahead and do pack 2 or tier 2 pack-a-punch then. I'm not going to do that. So that's ammo there. We got... Hold on. There. Let's see. Was that a pack-a-punch? No, it was not. The closest tier 2 pack-a-punch is either right here on the outskirt, right there on that outskirt, or right there on the opposite side of the map. And that's why, guys, I was saying, like, they need to fix their pack-a-punches, because if there's a pack-a-punch right here, this pack-a-punch should be here. There should be a pack-a-punch and like right there, and then one down here. So there should be 4 here and 3 total in here, which should be 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. And then in this area, there should be like 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here, and 1 here. Okay, which is already here like that. And that's how it should be. That way, no matter where you're at, you're not always going to be 1,000 kilometers from a freaking pack-a-punch, because now I'm going to have to run all the way down to this one. And that's going to take a little bit. And sometimes these don't spawn in, and I'm on the other side of the tier 3 zone, I would have to try chancing running through the tier 3 zone. If I got down to that, that would be completely on game. That wouldn't be me. Because I don't choose where I spawn. It random spawns you in the map. Which I find to be bullshit. Okay. I wish, like, when you spawned in, zombies should be infinite time, because there's already exfills. So with that being said, if I can already exfil and leave the game when I want to, I shouldn't be closed in by gas. Yes, this is a way to help prevent too much XP and stuff, but at the same time, it's zombies, man. If I'm good enough to fight in zombies for an X amount of time, I should be able to fight at least for that X amount of time and not be reduced. Is the best way to put that. We're going this way because the pack-a-punch is actually down here. So, yeah, it's like saying, oh, we're playing zombies, but then you throw me in DMZ. Like, no. I'm sorry, when I think zombies, guys, I don't think DMZ. If I wanted DMZ, I'd go back to, like, Modern Warfare 2019 or Modern Warfare 2 if I wanted DMZ. Which, actually, I don't think MW2 had DMZ. But again, if I wanted DMZ, I would go at least to Modern Warfare 2019 and go play legit DMZ. When I think of zombies, I think of, like, Kino der Toten or Moon, or, you know, all the actual, like, round-based maps where you set in there and you fight for as long as you can, and the zombies just kind of, over time, get harder. That, to me, is zombies, not this weak shit that is not even, like, yes, there's zombies in here, but it's not a legit zombies feel. And then on top of that, like, they punish you for being a good player. Let's say you are a good player, right? Let's say I ended up getting 3-plate, large backpack, tier 3 pack-a-punch weapon, and get the weapon damage up to gold. As soon as you leave, the only thing you keep is your backpack, your tier 3 plate, your gas mask, stuff like that. A lot of the items you can collect here actually get turned into XP, and you don't actually exfil with it. And then to even hit it even harder, your weapon that you got to gold damage and tier 3 pack-a-punch using all your points on is no longer going to have any pack-a-punch at all, and your damage that is by color, like the purple down at the bottom right there that you see, is no longer there at all. Literally zero. You're going to be a white tier gun that you're bringing in the next time, unless you can bring in the stuff, turn it pack-a-punch and stuff. There is a place to go pay respects, but you don't get the exact everything you had. So if you had a gold tier weapon with gold, like the you know, pretty much tier 3 pack-a-punch, you're probably only going to, when you turn it in and you do your thing, you actually only get a portion, meaning it'll be a tier 1 pack-a-punch crystal with a, I think it's blue tier weapon damage thing. So you actually don't even get the full thing from it, which is stupid. Very stupid. You don't get exactly what that weapon had. So you don't actually get to come in again with a tier 3 pack-a-punch weapon and gold damage weapon. Which is, if I exfil with that, I should have it. I didn't lose it. I didn't die. But you just don't get to keep it. And I find that to be massively retarded. And sorry guys, I do have to use the R word there, because to me that's what it is. There we go. We got the base one unlocked, and I got 150 more zombie kills to go. And I will have this thing zombies gold. And that's what we're shooting for in this one. I actually would love... Man, I wish like the... Oh, this exfil is here. It's just grayed out. Come on, grab it. See, like where you do this sometimes, right? This would be what I was telling you guys about. Where if you go to do this, sometimes he would clip onto it. And then when you jumped again, it would kick you off the ledge. When I was talking about the get high stuff. That's kind of what happens sometimes. And that's what killed a couple, like my first run, because that happened like 3 times in my first run. A little bit of stick drift kind of pushed me off the ledge on the little slats. It's like literally this big, like this fence right here. You're running and jumping, and you jump to the next one, and you jump to the next one like this, right? Where stick drift was kind of sending me off that a little bit. I would fall. It's actually, this railing here is the size you're doing, and it's not one height either. You'll have to jump up to a higher height, down to a lower height, without falling. Okay, while you also have to sprint to do it. And then you have the other areas that are also just kind of very stupid. Because it's, well, let's put it this way. You'd be running, you have something that chases you that either is going to squash you or knock you off into the void, and you're going to die. Did I just one-stab that? No way, I just like one-tapped him with one of these. But back to what I was saying, when it chases you and you stop and you have to make that little turn, like if it's a legit 90-degree turn that you have to make, yeah, you're have a chance of getting knocked off. There's a few things like that that goes on that can injure runs, and I fell off it twice, where you're being chased, and then let's say you're running and you have to go like 90 degree like this really quick, where it's like you go from here to a 90 degree that runs about here and then turns to a 90 degree and goes this way, where that jump from here to here isn't going to happen. You have to make those 90 degrees, and you have an object going like pokey 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 behind you, can sometimes kill your run. And I'm going to say sometimes, like, it can massively kill your run, okay guys? Like, it's kind of dumb in that aspect. Very dumb. It's kind of a big yikes. Oh, he's doing this. I'll help you, brother. I'll make sure I kill him in here. Feed him. I'll feed him to you. Yum yum. I actually don't know what this is for. I don't play enough zombies to be like, oh, that's for dish. Oh, he's playing as Rick. Great skin, man. I love it. But I wish they'd done the Rick skin like that right there from The Walking Dead. Dude, hold on. They should have done that cowboy hat as the regular and don't put anything on it. So that way you get that cowboy hat skin without the gold and the things coming off of it as the regular Rick. And then that be the, whatever that thing is for it. Yeah. Oh, I actually get to do the reward rift too. Okay, I'll stow that. Right. Oh, place. There we go. Almost went down there because I was in the reward rift, but it's fine. We're gonna do this. We're gonna chuck out a monkey because we got 2 of them. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Come on, boy. Boom, boom, boom. God, bro, that actually felt kind of good, man. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Another one? Oh, she almost landed on me and the other dude. My POV, that would have been kind of funny to watch, but not at the same time as if it actually landed on me. Would have been kind of oof. Oh, yeah. Come here, you. Oh, yeah. You too, and you. Oh, wait, you're the one I turned. As you guys can see, this character is new, containment level 0. I wish it would auto-start you on a containment level, like maybe like level 10. While everything right now was going on, and then like, if the game crashes, or we'll say your internet goes out, you shouldn't lose gear. Or containment level, because technically, if your internet company, let's say, is doing maintenance and then kicks you off, you can't help that, because it ain't like I can just be like, router, stay on, right, when that's going on. Along with some of the other stuff that can happen too, but come on, man, I can't get my inventory to open. Especially like if game crash, I'm running here, nothing's going on, and my game just freezes and crashes. That's something going on inside of the game side that's not mine. I shouldn't be punished for that. For example, I shouldn't have to worry about losing my gear when shit like that happens. But right now, COD, it does, and you do lose your gear. Which is what happened to like 2 of my other characters. Literally, it's like once a day is when it happens. And it's random times too. I can't say like, oh, I've done this at this section of the map, mimic it and say, oh, it's because of this. No, 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 it's random times when this happens. But sorry guys, we're just shooting for gold on this, and the best way to do that is infinite zombies. The more kills I get, which right now I only need 100 or 150 or something like that. So I'm just gonna keep doing this exfil thing until I get my 100 zombie kills or whatever it is. Until I get zombie gold, then we'll actually pull out a weapon, and then we're gonna be hitting up some of the strongholds. But we're only gonna be playing this 1 round at the moment till I get back and actually get my homemade ice cream made. And then while the ice cream is in the freezer, basically setting and actually done being with the preparation, just needing time to freeze so it's edible and not being a liquid or a state in between a liquid and a solid, right? That is actually ice cream. When I get it to that point and stick it in the freezer, then I'll pop back on and do more streams. But we're only going to be playing through this one till I get golds. And then when I get gold, we will inevitably be doing the other thing. Did I just, like, fold him like a lawn chair? Okay, that's great. That's actually kind of funny. What I was trying to do earlier, though, which is my controller's kind of messed up, hence I can sit here and, as you can see, nothing's happening. My D-pad is kind of broke. I have to kind of, like, figure out how to get it to work, and then I can go in here and do something like this, but it's basically broke. If I knew how to fix that part of my controller, I would try, but I don't want to mess it up even further, especially since it's also under warranty. So later I'll just kind of use my warranty to get everything. A riot shield, a snapshot grenade, and a gas grenade. Okay. Yikes. Which I could play mouse and key, because I've already shown that I have it, but I don't know. It's just very uncomfortable with right now my setup is.
Damn.
Yeah. Come on. Where's that lunge? That's what the funny thing is, especially over in multiplayer from playing Search and Destroy and I do this, that lunge that happens, the enemy would get that, and then for me it's just like, nope. I was playing Search and Destroy the other day and I had this out and I ran out of player and went like that, where you can see it's supposed to hit, okay, except for there, where it's supposed to hit and get a little bit of lunge, but I had 0 lunge in Search against the player. Like right there where I just done that, I got none. That's what would happen to players, bro, in Search. Come on, bro, I just need gold for this. Hi, rando. What was that, like, lunge? It, like, trolled me. It was like, if I'm looking this way, went like that to me, bro. Which is very weird. It's funny, but it is weird. Glad it didn't get me down, or I would have been mad, but we're staying through. Just chill the other countdown timer a little bit, which will be a 14-minute countdown timer, which will be exactly an hour and a half of playtime. And that's how long my homemade heavy whipping cream has been setting in the refrigerator for, cooling down for me to actually be able to mix it into whipped cream. And for you who joined in, if you missed on how to make it, it's actually very simple to make heavy whipping cream. It is just 2 tablespoons of butter and 3/4 cup of milk. Warm your milk, melt the butter, mix them together till they're really, really well blended and you have no particles throughout your milk. As in, like, you know, like the freaking butter particles throughout it, where it's none, it's actually blended. And then seal it and stick it in the fridge in a sealed container, airtight, and wait till it gets cold. And then when cold, it is actually heavy whipping cream. Then you actually just blend that till it turns into whipped cream. And I'm making homemade ice cream utilizing it, because you use that, then you use sweetened condensed milk, which is a very thick milk, but it's sweet, like really sweet. You mix that till it basically looks like a unfrozen ice cream, and then you will reseal it back into a airtight container, throw it into the freezer till it is literally ice cream. It's super easy to make ice cream, guys, and it's actually cheaper if you do it this way instead of buying the heavy whipping cream outright. So you can see these guys leave it like when it's like 1 minute left. Like he actually got on that and took off in the heli. But if I wait, start it right about now, and kill everything it spawns in, it'll be good to go. Because there's actually another 14-minute timer behind that, which counts down to final exfil when the gas closes, and then you have, I think it's like 45 seconds before the chopper actually lifts off. And there's no, like, changing it to be early either. So you'll have to be there for the 45 seconds, surviving the waves of constant Zeds, and Manglers, and, Mimics, I believe, and Witches, which actually, there's no Mimics. It's Manglers and the Witches, which is Disciples, is their real name. The enemy type that's here. I just call them Witches. So a lot of people do that. This is kind of what I do when it comes to gaining XP or anything like that. So see, there we go. The Ace Storm is now closing. Now, as long as the gas isn't directly next to me, so hold on, let's see where this gas is. So the gas is expanding out from down here. I have extra time, so I can actually chill here just for a little bit longer. As in, I can actually call this in one more time before I have to go. And that's what we're gonna do. Wait, I think I might have got gold for this already, so I'll call it in and see, because it didn't pop up, but sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Because I haven't been counting my zombie kills since I unlocked the base camo, but I think it was before we ran over here, and we've called in a good amount of X pills, and I'm at like 3,270 candy collected, just running around prodding, which is pretty cool. And to show you guys, right here's the gas. This is how fast it's expanding out. So yeah, I can do this like maybe this time and one more, but I'm just gonna do it for this next time, and then exfil when the timer gets down to like, we'll say 10. On that. Oh, come on, I know you're gonna come back. The gas hasn't touched you yet. There we go. Now it's time to just kill down to about 10 to 15 seconds left, pop onto the chopper, and pop out. Also, another thing I've noticed, unless they updated it overnight, which we'll test here as we're doing this, if you wait till the gas is like real close to an exfil and then call the exfil in, zombies will spawn like crazy, and it'll be just like the final exfil, but not the actual legit final exfil. I've noticed that too for the past couple of days. Ah, come on, man. Come here, you. I want you. Plus, all the more money I get, the more of the other times hit too, which is good. So 30 seconds, that hits down to like 10. The next 20 seconds. I got 20 seconds to do as much kills as possible. Ah, turned you. Sad face.
I made some pie.
Ooh, nice. Alright, 10 seconds. Time to pop onto the helicopter and say sayonara. See if we got our gold. I gained 1 containment level from what? I didn't do a contract. So how did I gain a containment level? I don't have a teammate either. I started solo, ended solo, did no contracts. I didn't even do a stronghold. I done a infected stronghold, but I've already showed yesterday, like, unless they fixed that overnight, they weren't even counting towards any of that. So with that being said, how did I get 1? It's just off the base question there. But you'll see, like, my spear's purple. It'll no longer be purple when we get back into game. When I show my regular backpack, it'll no longer be purple. It'll no longer be pack 2. Which is very, very sad for zombies. So technically, I wouldn't even count this as zombies or even a legit DMZ. Yeah. So to show you that, if I come here, it's white now. It's no longer purple. If I click into it, like I was going to edit it, you can see it's not even Pack-a-Punch. It's just the regular spear. So we'll say what it's like for pack 2 with this character would be 10,000 essence, and I started 0, so I had to go from 0 to 10,000 essence, and then Pack-a-Punch it to pack 2, because I brought the crystal in to automatically have it at 1. I lose basically that 10,000 essence. Pack 2, Pack-a-Punch is gone, so that's why I don't really like the whole zombies aspect, and on top of that, I don't like the crafting time. Because you can see there, like we crafted before we went in, and we still have 3 hours to wait on this tool. And to be honest, I crafted these 2 before we even went in. I crafted them, backed out a little bit, was doing my thing, decided to do a stream, popped in here, done this. So at least an hour and a half, 2 hours have already passed before they're at this timer. Now, I'd understand if I was versing players, if PvP was there like DMZ actually was back in 2019 in MW. I'd understand, lesser the amount of like overpowered tools to take in or create a timer to it because again, you don't want to ruin the experience of other players. But when the only thing at the moment that I'm fighting is literally an AI based zombie, not another player, there shouldn't be a timer here. Especially if, let's say, my game crashed and I lose
How
my
long
gear
will
like it
you
has
be
in the past.
recording?
Right now it won't be very long because I'm actually about to pop off, so I can get my other mix my heavy whipping cream into whipped cream and go get my last ingredient to turn it into ice cream. But whenever I actually get my ice cream made and put into the freezer to actually chill out, I'll get back on and do another stream. So we'll say later on I'll probably do 2-3 hour zombie stream, maybe 6 hour zombie stream. Just depends on when I get tired because I woke up at like I think 2 o'clock this morning and I've been up since then. So basically 2 p.m. would be a 12-hour period, and it's already 11:55. So we're looking at, yeah, I'm been up for a while. I can't say 24 hours, although I done that literally like 4 days ago before I fixed my sleep schedule. Um,
Yummy
which
ice
is how I done
cream,
that. But yeah.
soft ice cream.
Oh yeah, it's good. And pretty much, like I said, you just
Ow.
homemade your heavy whipping cream, mix it till it's literally whipped cream whenever it's done being made and chilled, and then you add in heavy sweet condensed milk, as in the really thick sweet milk. Pour that in, mix it till it's well blended, put it in an airtight container, freeze it, literally ice cream. If you guys want a cheesecake recipe, I'll go ahead and give it here before I stop. Um, all you guys need is going to be the same recipe I gave you for heavy whipping cream. I don't use one stick, I use actually two of the big versions of Philadelphia cream cheese. So you'll get a good amount of whipped cream. Like I want to say more than a regular store-bought large container of whipped cream. Like you're going to use about, we'll say half a carton
Ooh,
of the
ow.
large thing of heavy whipping cream. Mix it in with two of the after you turn it to whipped cream. Mix it in with two sticks of the large Philadelphia cream cheese. Add in your powdered sugar, a tablespoon
Thank you.
of, yeah, you're welcome. Add in a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Mix. Set that aside. You want to get a box of graham crackers. Pull out only one package of graham crackers. Crush every one of them. Dump it into a bowl. Grab a little bit of butter, and you're not going to microwave the butter. You're actually just going to pull a little bit onto a spoon, put it into the thing, squish it together, and keep doing this till you don't add too much butter, but you want to do this to mold your graham cracker a little bit. It's probably going to be like maybe 2 tablespoons of butter is all you're actually going to need. Mix it into your graham cracker, form your crust, stick your crust into an oven for about 5 to 10 minutes, just so that way the butter
Oh,
melts a little
love this
bit and
Chanel.
combines. And then you add in your base that I told you guys for your cheesecake. Set that into the fridge. Give it about hour and a half, 2 hours. Pull it out and serve. Easy cheesecake. I might even, I guess, on my rap channel just to mock Dota, which his YouTube is King Dota. Someone I've been kind of back and forth, kind of mocking, not really battling yet, but now I'm actually going to diss. I have 2 songs lined up right now to actually give a full diss to him. Um, I'm going to do a cooking stream just to mock him because he done a cooking stream and forgot all the ingredients into a cabinet, didn't have them out and ready to go. I believe he was making chicken, and he didn't even have the chicken out on the table ready to be seasoned. It was literally still wrapped and packaged and stored in a fridge. He literally had to go to each object he was going to put on this chicken and the chicken itself, saying, "Hold on, guys," and pulling the shit out. And I'm going to do a way better cooking video than he did. And mine's just a mock him. It's not really trying to be a Gordon Ramsay, but it is going to be a cooking stream.
Okay,
Probably
see ya.
sometime in the
I have
future.
to go.
Alright, same here. You have a good day. I will see you later when I hop back on. Peace.